Alright guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, today we are back with Degenerocity. We have watched, I think, 2 videos so far of his. And this is one from 2+ years ago. And I wanted to watch that, given the title. It's called The Worst Jobs to Have. Let's see what jobs we're gonna be hearing about. As always, link is down in the description for the original video. Make sure you subscribe to him and you support him if you enjoy his videos. So, let's see what we're already seeing here. The fast food worker, that's already a good contender, but let's see what else.
You ever thought about getting a job? Don't. It ruins your life. When we're kids, whenever an adult asks us what we want to be when we grow up, our aspirations are through the roof. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be the president. I want to be from Turkey. We only picked the best quality choices that we thought were not only the greatest, highly rated things that someone could be, but also the most fun. I miss the days of childhood optimism. Then by the time you reach high school, you think and realize, my screen time's how much? Yeah, your dumbass is not going to be president. In fact, I'm surprised you even made it this far. You're failing almost every class, including lunch. Your options have come.
But how can you fail lunch? What?
To none. You're gonna have to settle with being from Montreal, French and Canadian, double negative, and that's not a positive in real life.
Damn.
Maybe you're gonna work at Arby's, specifically Arby's. Ain't nobody wanna be there. Maybe be a street pharmacist or work at Walmart. I know the job hasn't been the same ever since the real OG retired. But what if you messed up so bad that the better choice of your options is scamming the homeless? These are the jobs I wanted to talk about today. The bottom of the barrel careers any person can take. Not even the neediest of people will take it. Let's get started.
Okay,
first up,
here we go.
Teacher. We're starting with the
teacher. Yeah, it's one of those jobs that we need. Somebody has to do it. But goddamn, I do not want to be the one. I am so thankful I'm not a teacher. Hell no, bro. No way. Yeah, I'm good. I had a classmate back in like elementary and middle school that we occasionally stayed in contact, and he was like the ultimate ADHD klutz in class, you know? Forgot his homework, forgot this and that, fell asleep in class and this and that. Yeah. And he decided he was going to become a teacher. I was just like, what? I mean, it might be for the better. If you can empathize with other students struggling in class, who knows? But yeah. I've also noticed so many times or experienced throughout my time in school that you have teachers that are, well, teachers, and they either hate their job or they fucking hate kids. And it's like, then why are you here? If kids annoy you so much, why did you become a teacher? Like, what possessed you to become a teacher?
Stars today. I'm kidding. Well, kind of. Well, sometimes it could be one of the best jobs when you have good, fun students. But I'm talking about the teachers that have badass kids as students, never being respected or taken seriously, always being disrespected, then getting paid in Argentinian pesos. Man, that life would suck. This is not the fault of the teacher. Well, sometimes it is, but more so the kids nowadays. Some kids just think being a nuisance is the funniest thing, just being a snarky brat to the teachers.
There's always at least one class clown that just thinks it's their unofficial occupation to be annoying. And then once you're older, you realize, bro, that guy wasn't funny. He was just fucking annoying and obnoxious.
Back, not listening to anything they say, just trying to be the worst kind of class clown, so their equally brain dead friends could laugh along. And having to clock into a job every day just to get roasted by some teenagers and teach some mundane classes to mundane students just sounds like a bad career choice.
It sounds like a dream come true.
I'm blaming you meddling kids. I sound like an old head right now. And then there's sometimes those teachers that just be reading from textbooks, no originality, no type of personality coming from them while teaching.
And then you also have to deal with the parents. And I think in some instances, the parents might be worse than the
just
children
the most
themselves.
boring teachers you can think of. Like, why are you a teacher? You giving off the aura that you don't even care what you talking about, making me not care. So why are you teaching? If you just wanted a job to have your brain in constant autopilot and get a paycheck,
Yeah.
you should have just been a truck driver. But like I said earlier, teaching could be an actual great job. I've had teachers that look like they're having the time of their lives while teaching, having fun with the students and having fun with their jobs and whatnot. But I've also had classes where the teachers were
I
just
also had amazing teachers, but they were always teaching, like, not the main subject, like, not like maths or English or German or something like that. It was just geography or history. That's what they were teaching. But the main subject, the important ones, it was almost always a teacher that was just fucking miserable. And that, I guess, took joy on making us miserable or whatever.
disrespected, and nobody did a thing about it, not even me. Because if it was teachers that none of the students really cared about or had like any fun with, then no one would really say anything. We would just be spectators. Not saying that should be the case, but that's just the
Another good point. With the age of, like, digital media and everything getting, more depending on electronics and stuff, the digital age, also noticed that, like, the last years in school, the students just knew more about, how to use the laptop or the projector, etc., how to connect stuff, and the teachers just didn't know jack shit. Like, when, I think 11th grade, our maths teacher, he tried to hook up his laptop to the projector to show us something, and it didn't work, and he didn't know why. And me and my buddies, we knew exactly what the problem was. But are we gonna go up to him and explain to him how to solve this problem? Bruh, fuck no. It's maths class, fuck you. I'm glad we don't have to do shit. And then on the same day, another teacher had the same problem with the projector, but they wanted to show us a movie. So guess what? We helped her out, and we watched that movie. But for the maths class, nah, fuck that guy. Figure it out yourself, bro. If we're getting to a point where the students know more about electronics than the teachers, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem.
way it is. So if you're in the situation of being in the negative categories of teaching that I mentioned earlier, then teaching would be 100% the worst job to have. Next, mappa animator. Animators are already treated like garbage throughout the entire industry, getting overworked, getting underpaid, all of that.
$9,
But I cannot imagine
nice.
myself being a mappa animator. That's probably that times
One Big Mac
infinity.
meal.
They all must be zombies by now, stuck to their desk, just drawing like drones, because that's the only way I could imagine them being able to pump out this crazy ass weekly. Have y'all watched Jujutsu Kaisen? The animation in that makes me start gooning, bro. I cannot believe how good this looks. I wish some of my favorite shonens looked half as good as this. And I still see people complain about the animation, even though they're going balls to the walls crazy. I've seen people complain about the Yuji versus Cockroach fight. Like, you care about that fight. Who cares if it's animated a little worse than the other fights? Bro, it's Cockroach versus Yuji. Who cares? And I hate to think that some of the higher ups at Mappa would take these criticisms seriously and then go after the animators thinking that they did a bad job even though they didn't.
Oh,
They'd
no.
be like, what is this? This is nowhere near on par on what we want. You gotta work triple-double overtime for the next year. I haven't seen my wife and kids in 5 months. I don't care. Did you know that it only took 4 months for the Jujutsu Kaisen movie to get animated? 4. And
Damn.
I did a little bit of research, meaning I just did a Google search, and apparently it takes 4 years for a whole animated movie to get made. But like, I don't think it takes that
Wow.
long nowadays. So I did a
4 to 7 years. So let's say the movie is 1.5 hours long, and it takes 4 years. So 90 minutes in 4 years, that's like what? Less than 25 minutes of playtime. In 1 year? What?
little more research, a simple Google search.
That's
the
wild.
movie got made in 2 years, and it still took less than a
Okay.
quarter of the time to animate the whole Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and it's longer. Granted, there was already a
They're probably bro, they must be handing out some substances in the in the animation studio, you know? They're having their own animator blitzkrieg.
So that means there's already a story and basically script for everything already. But 4 months still seems like an incredibly short amount of time to make a whole entire movie. Being a mappa animator or an animator in the anime industry in general must be a freaking hell to go through. And I hope it gets better. Next is sadly animal beaters. And I don't mean people that hit animals. I mean people that do things to animals that would get me demonetized. I mean, animals need to get reproduced somehow. I need.
Huh? What is he talking about?
As many chickens and cows as possible, bro. But being on the other end to make that happen is a harder life to be a part of. The people that do this job for a living are God's greatest soldiers. Animals, I'm freaking hell to go through. And I hope it gets better. Next is sadly animal beaters. And
beaters? Is he saying breeders or beaters? What?
Are God's greatest soldiers. I salute you, man. I salute you more than the troops. Gotta make a living somehow. Next, taxidermy. Honestly, if you do this,
that is so, bruh. I have never once in my life thought, oh, we have this fucking animal head hanging around here. That's so cool. No, that is so fucking creepy. It always has been creepy and it always will be creepy. There's nothing pretty about that. It's just fucking weird. You're hanging a fucking animal corpse in your house. Are you a fucking psycho or something?
As a career, I'ma automatically assume you crazy. Next, telemarketing. I don't even know how these guys are still in business. Telemarketing is those people that call your phones trying to sell you rhino pills or whatever, and trying to call a bunch
of like literally last year, towards the end of last year, I've had someone call my phone for that. Trying to sell me shit. And this time it wasn't even a real voice, it was a fucking AI voice. Bruh. Not only are they still going, they're getting more lazy. Bruh, if your job is to scam someone, you're a fucking piece of shit. You're a second-class human being. Go fuck yourself.
All day just to sell probably one item max, cause nobody be answering these calls. It just doesn't sound that fun to me as a career, especially.
Quick question, guys. Do you pick up your phone if it's a number calling you that you don't know? I never pick up, at least not the first time. If it's the second or third time and they're like, you know, persistent, maybe. But I never pick up on the first time they call me. I will look up the phone number, and if I see that it's likely a scam, I will just block it.
Since these calls be popping up as scam likely now, bro, nobody answering that. And even when, coincidentally, I do end up answering, as soon as I hear him say, "Hi, this is Rachel. I wanted to talk to you about our new..." Hang up. I ain't trying to hear that. Rachel? I don't know any Rachel. Rachel McAdams?
But make sure before you hang up that you insult them. Call them a loser or a bitch or an asshole and then hang up. They need reaffirmation. They need to understand that society hates them. That they are a fucking blight on society. That's what I always do. If I ever pick up and they start talking, I'm like, go fuck yourself, and then hang up. You know, let them know that they are hated.
Rachel from Friends? If you ain't any of them, I don't know why you call on my phone. I'm not buying none of your rhino pills. I already used up all mine, and my hasn't gone down in days. It hurts. Please send help. Next up, the Krusty Krab. I know this not real, but I don't care. Working for Mr. Krabs gotta be the most mentally draining, life-sucking, ball-munching job anyone can have. This dude don't give a shit about his employees or
Krusty Krab.
He just give a shit about money and his fat-ass illegitimate daughter. He has only 2 employees for a reason. Nobody want to work there because he be working SpongeBob and Squidward like slaves. Other than cashier, it seems like SpongeBob does every job at the Krusty Krab. Delivery boy, janitor, mascot. He does everything. He gets paid in cents or in Mr. Krabs' wacky bucks. Sometimes they don't even get paid at all. In fact, they owe him money. Look at this bill in Squidward's paycheck. $1 breathing, $5 talking, $10 standing, $2 existing. He's literally taking money out of his paycheck for doing his job. And whenever his employees ask for a raise, he laughs in their face. That's why the last fry cook quit. And I know SpongeBob doesn't really care about that because he loves working and he's canonically a masochist. But he should start caring because Mr. Krabs would trade SpongeBob in a matter of seconds. Remember that episode where Mr. Krabs literally sold SpongeBob to the Flying Dutchman for 62 cents? Imagine someone you consider a friend selling your life for 62 cents. You can't even get a lollipop for that money. You can't get anything from the 99-cent store with that money. 62 cents. I would remember that forever if I was SpongeBob.
Oh, for real.
Kill Bill
Oh, for real.
Against Mr. Krabs.
Bruh. Just burn down the Krusty Krab. That's the properly response to that.
I was SpongeBob. Even Squidward after the whole exchange was like, nah, that's fucked up. And he hates SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs is straight up crooked in the head. He only cares about that dollar bill mindset, which from a hustler to another hustler, I can understand. I would never, ever want to work for you. I'd rather my job be working as Mrs. Puff's foot massager or something. But that's more of a privilege than a burden, not gonna lie.
Oh, nah, bro.
You might as well say you're homeless. I honestly don't know what they do or what the job is, actually. Next job, any person that has to clean a Taco Bell or gas station bathroom. I feel like that's self-explanatory. It feels like the people that use those bathrooms have never been potty trained. The people that use those bathrooms aim for everything. The walls, floor, ceiling, everything.
Yep, bro. Last concert I went to in 2024, bro. You enter the bathroom stall, and it looks like they actively try to pee next to the toilet. Like every other part was like fucking wet with piss, and for some reason they did not pee in the toilet. Like it was so fucking disgusting. But after that concert was great. I enjoyed it, but nah. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna enjoy it if I watch fucking Dragon Force. Obviously, I'm gonna enjoy it, but the toilets were so gross. Like, I needed a bit of a break from concerts after that. That was so disgusting. Obviously, you can't hold it in for hours on end, so you eventually have to go. But bruh. If I was hired to clean that, I would either charge like 2 to 3 times of what was initially settled on, or I would just not show up. I would just tell them to go fuck themselves and find someone else for that shit.
But the toilet, and even when they do aim for the toilet, inside the toilet there will be the most gargantuan pile of human feces that
or you have someone who fucking takes a shit in there and doesn't flush. Bruh. People who take a shit on public toilets and don't flush. The only proper treatment is drag them into the toilet, take their head, and stuff it down the fucking toilet. Clean that shit yourself, you fucking disgusting pig. That is so gross.
Eye has ever seen. And of course, clogging the toilet. Like, that job will never be easy for anybody that works there. Even the most nasty, disgusting monkey cage in a zoo is less dirty than the average gas station bathroom. And if you're employed as one of those kind of jobs, I feel sorry for you. And in your honor, next time I go to a gas station bathroom, I'll make sure I only wipe on the toilet seat and not the sink. Next job, resellers. Fuck you.
That is not a worse job because you choose to become a reseller. Okay?
I hate you. Next job, cooks in the kitchen. I don't know about you, but almost every time I see these people on YouTube or on TV,
they look miserable.
Almost always getting verbally abused, roasted, and just chewed out.
Fun fact, I really enjoy cooking, and I would not have minded it becoming my job if the working conditions and the working hours weren't so fucking dog shit. Like, the son of a family friend of ours He's, I think, in his 30s somewhere, mid-30s or late 30s. He's a cook. And, bruh, he has working hours on the weekend, sometimes until like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Like, brother, what? No fucking way am I working in a job like that with working hours like that. Nah, I would much rather stack shelves at fucking Walmart if I can get like normal working hours in return, you know? That's part of the reason why I chose an office job, so I can work Monday to Friday and then the weekend is off. That is
The
crazy.
chef of the kitchen. Almost always. Literally almost every single cooking competition I've ever seen, 90% of the contestants in there get roasted for having such
Yeah,
disgusting
they look
meals that
miserable.
they serve to the judges. And I bet most of
The fuck was that? Ugh. Ugh. What the fuck is that cursed object? What the? Ugh. What the fuck is that? Bruh. If I was your boss and you pulled that shit, you would be fired. What the fuck is that? Ugh.
And I bet most of the foods they cooked weren't even that bad. I bet if the everyday person
The fucking Ryback meme, bro. Like, the fucking Ryback meme is more successful than his fucking WWE career.
you know, regular person ate that food, they'll be like, it's all right, or it's pretty good. But since they're serving these things to, like, you know, judges that want an elite taste to the food, they'll be like, ugh, this tastes like cardboard. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. You see the plate, and you're like, okay, that looks pretty decent. Like, that's kind of similar how I would cook it. And then you're like, it looks fucking dreadful. It looks fucking dog shit. Oh, okay, my bad. And then they're listing off what the dish is. It's this and that with blah blah blah. And you hear like, okay, interesting. It's dreadful. Okay, my bad.
Every single viral Gordon Ramsay clip is him roasting the chefs for being such terrible cooks. Even the foods that he see on TikTok, he be roasting them. He didn't even taste the food. And
to be fair, that is what made him famous, you know? That is what kind of what makes Gordon Ramsay what he is, and that's kind of what people want to see from him at this point. But I get it. These cooking shows, they should also have like just normal average people trying the food and giving their personal feedback. Obviously, if you're a 5-star cook and you're eating a meal that is just slightly above average, you're gonna be like, oh, that's horrible. But if you give it to the average person and they taste it and like, oh, okay, that's pretty decent. How much does it cost? Oh, only $5. Oh, okay, that's great. I would buy it. You know? I would say that the main customers for restaurants are the average person.
remember that episode of The Bear where Lip is going crazy at his employees because they got a bunch of orders of food? He be cussing, like cussing at them, bro. Like, come on, man. I could not work in a setting like that. Is every single cook job like this? Like, I can't imagine them doing this at a McDonald's.
Good question.
And if they do this at a McDonald's, what the fuck? I'm gonna quit on the spot. This is fucking McDonald's. I'm not working like that. I'm not letting my manager or chef of the kitchen talk to me like that. I'm gonna spit in your mouth. What happened to everybody can cook? What happened to...
Okay, I have to disagree with the anyone can cook. In theory, yes. Yes, in theory.
that every single clip I've seen of chefs in the kitchen, they always getting roasted, bro. I could never work in a setting like that. I mean, I have no experience of working in a setting like that, but if you're a cook in the kitchen, get a job at Burger King. They're probably more nice. Last and final job, any Asian construction job, bro, because those...
Bro, not just construction. Chinese steel. Okay, actually, Chinese construction sounds...
Those are all the jobs I see that be popping up on Live Leak. It's like the higher ups over there have no safety concern for the people that work for them. Because the people that be working over there be dying or getting injured in the worst ways possible. Like, you know those 3D videos are actual recreations of real life incidents that happen in construction?
Okay, brother. Like this one, Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
incidents that happen in construction live leak videos. Like every time I see those kind of videos, those make me shake in my boots, bro. And
Yeah. You have to pay these people a decent amount of money for, first of all, how difficult it is and how dangerous it could be, and also the working conditions, you know? In the heat of summer and in the cold of the winter.
these people are probably getting paid minimum wage to do it, bro. It's
Yeah.
sad, bro. Sad. But this job is more self-explanatory than anything.
Honestly, I think this is a job that should be reserved for prisoners. Honestly. I believe this is a job that should be solely reserved for prisoners.
That's all the jobs I wanted to talk about today. Did I miss your job? Comment it down below. And also comment down below some juicy work confessions, because I'm going to do that next video. Some terrible ones.
There's
I'll be asking for some too on my inactive Instagram, so follow me on there. And that's all I wanted to say. And in conclusion,
can you believe it, guys?
Work confessions. Yeah, there's another video like that. I wanna watch that as well. Just gotta prepare myself mentally a little bit. Because I have a feeling it's gonna be insane. Alright, that was a good one. I enjoyed that one. Yes, there were some jobs in there. What I'm kind of missing out here is like something like a nurse. You know? In jobs where you have to take care of people or older people. That is also a job that someone needs to do. But goddamn, am I happy that I don't have to be the one? I'm very thankful for my office job. Yeah, that's good enough for me. I don't need anything complex. Bro, I want to earn as much money possible with as little work as possible, and then I'm happy. That's all I want. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Link is down in the description. Make sure you subscribe to him and support him if you enjoyed this one. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video, which is probably gonna be the work confessions. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Leave your requests down in the comments, and until next time, stay safe. Bye.